Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Answer Mans. We all know 50 one of a kind when it comes to this beef deal. He done got the landlord for the building of the podcast on the line. You gonna hear the deal that Jim made, a little confusing, and then we gonna break it down. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
It's worth very little to nothing, but if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000. I'm trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months.
Yo, could y'all hear that? Yeah, he talking to 50. I guess Jim Jones ain't paid the dude in a minute, and I guess the deal was, I don't know why Jim did that deal, was he's gonna give him 50% of the revenue of the content. It sound like. Look like he owe him $80,000 in rent, and he's speculating he's made another $100,000, which he probably hasn't, but nevertheless, that nigga 50 literally found the landlord. Cold nigga. Nigga 50 said an honorary exposure. Found the landlord, bro.
He said he gave the agreement was 50% ownership of the podcast.
He probably agreement to where the building is $25,000 a month, and he went in and told him, all right, let me pay this, and I cut you in like this. Some old dumb, Jim the type of gotta tell, nah, I'm gonna get the bill, let me handle it. He'll go do all kind of shit. It don't make sense. And he probably done got in the middle of it and see what he thought it was, it wasn't. Who's on that show? Him, Dave East and Fabulous allowed himself to be pulled into that?
Yeah, he's trying to stay out the way, though. He don't be really commentating that much.
Yeah, I don't think Jim Jones understood the YouTube space. Or in his head, he thought it was going to bring some type of big sponsorship. Because now you got a 5-way split. You got a 5-way split where one of the dudes taking 50%, and then you got a 4-way split on the 50%. While the 25 will own the 50%, which is now 12 and a half. 12 and a half and 4, yeah, that's 50. So Jim, Fab, or everybody, every last one of them, 5%, unless Jim then told him 10%, he keep it 20 or something. I don't know. Don't make sense. It ain't gonna survive. He gonna have to get up out that building.
All right. First off, it seemed like Jim, with all them years in the business, the industry and all that, is still doing homeboy business. It doesn't seem like he has projections for YouTube. It doesn't seem like he knows what CPM is. It's how much you get paid in your category per 1,000 views. It doesn't seem like he did any of those type of projections. He's just guessing and saying, you can own half the podcast. So if that thing was making $100,000 a month, you basically giving up $50 a month for a building that may be a 15 to 20K a month building. That's a loss. Or you underreported, so now you still owe, and so there is no profit or revenue left over to even pay the landlord. I mean, it's just confusing. So the landlord's fed up with it. 50 offering to buy the building and all type of things. Apparently, according to 50's tweet, Jim made the payment, so they're caught up. Hopefully all of this gets them some buzz on the show and drives up the numbers, as you'll hear Maino speak to, because TMZ caught up with him. So it just showed like a lot of people, you can take them out of the hood or out of whatever, but you can't take it out of them. And they always scheming and thinking of roundabout ways when a lot of times just a straight up way is the way to go. Anyway, let's revisit what Maino had to say about this whole situation.
We have to ask you, you know, I know 50's been saying, you know, he's coming for everybody. Everyone has jokes. He's coming for everyone. Right. And he said that he wants to buy into your podcast. Take us through that. And, you know, I'm assuming, you know, that must have been kind of good press for you.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. Beefing with 50 is good business. Numbers is up, podcast is up, engagement is up. Beefing with 50, I wish I would have known this a long time ago. We could go a couple more rounds.
No way.
100%. Yeah.
Were you surprised to see that, or?
I mean, yeah, because it wasn't something that I was normally practicing. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't about, you know, having an issue with anybody. But since we got a podcast, let's rap about it. You know, it's good for business. But he said he wanted to buy half the podcast. Now, I'm saying if you want to buy half the podcast, I'm the person you need to see about that. I'm the guy you got to see about that.
I mean, do you think he was being, like, facetious, or was he?
He said he don't cap. He said he don't cap, so I should be receiving a phone call, right, saying, yo, what's up with this podcast? Because I'm the guy. If you want to buy half the podcast, I mean, listen, I'm the guy.
Right. I mean, we just saw Joe and Jada. We just saw Breakfast Club on Netflix.
What did I just tell you? Beefing with 50, beefing with Curtis is good business.
Oh, my goodness. I mean,
that's it.
Well, what do you think is next for you guys? Do you plan on having like an actual sit down with him? Possibly.
I'm not planning nothing in that area. I'm just going about based off of what was said.
Correct.
All right. So if we going by what is said, and the brothers is not capping, I'm saying okay. If you can't buy it from nobody else but over here. Right. So if you saying you making these bold statements,
right,
then my phone should be ringing. What's up? What we doing?
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Answer Man. Maino got a real good approach to this. Beefing with 50 is good business. There's only one person I know that would disagree. That's probably Ja Rule, right? But even he's doing well now on his shows and everything like that. And his name's still alive because of the 50 beef, plus his great music. Then you got Joe and Jada just getting bought out by Netflix. Good deal for them, right? Joe beefed with 50 for a long time. Jada went back and forth with 50, some of the best diss tracks ever. And now Wack is going to weigh in on this whole situation and offer some help to Maino, even though they've been going back and forth with the senior citizens and how to dress and everything like that. Let's get to it.
Finally, well, let's start out with this. It appears that 50 Cent has now let people know that perhaps the full court press that he had against Chano, Jim Jones, Fabulous, and Dave East on their podcast, he might be chilling out. He actually put up a post today, and this was his post. Let's see what he says. He says, so, Jim actually wired $200,000, which, by the way, Fifth, he's short 50,000. You said 250, okay? If you wired 200, he's short 50. But okay, but ironic, he's short 50. He said, okay, cool. He may turn out to be a good tenant after all. Samuel, I guess he's talking to the person who owns the building that they shoot the podcast in. If you need to make them pay, just give me a ring. I'm here. Now, I'll do one better. And Fifth, I'm not trying to undercut you here. To Chano, Jim Jones, and Fabulous, and Dave East, I have about 4 or 5 studios that's literally within a mile from the Holland Tunnel, which is about like 3 miles from Times Square. It's just on the Jersey side. It's right over the Hudson. Everybody comes there, and I rent it out to a whole bunch of people. I'm down to whatever price y'all are paying. If you owed $250,000, y'all are getting fleeced. Now, despite our issues, okay, whether I use my studio and I've incurred those costs ever since I did Off the Record, even though I haven't been to the studio maybe in a month, right? When is the last time I've been there? With Lauren Conlon, I still have it. You know what I mean? The point is this. If you guys need a place to record, and by the way, I actually rock with you guys so much. I got a dressing room for y'all because apparently y'all be having like a dressing contest. Who could have the best, teener citizen drip? It's all good. We got a dressing room for y'all. But if y'all owe $250,000, what I would charge y'all, honestly, like I ain't no bull. Like y'all shoot once a week, right? I could give y'all a block of 12 hours for once a week, right? Like, does the editors need to come to the studio and do work other than the day you shoot? But if you want to rent out my spot, 12 hours, I'll give you preferential. You can pick whatever date. We'll push any rentals or whatever back. It's definitely a better location than where y'all at, because the only better location than where I'm at is Times Square. And I don't think y'all in Times Square. But let me see. Every week, 12 hours. Let me try to do the math. Maybe it would add up. I don't know. Well, if you require us to do some stuff, I'll give y'all a deal right now. I'll give y'all a deal. This is with our editors and, well, not full editors, but we'll do our recording people, our engineers. I do 3 bands. 3 bands for one joint. So 3 times 4, that's 12 bands a month. It would take a while for you to get to $250,000. So really 12 bands a month, that would be $120,000 a year. Come on. Y'all get a place to record. And we'll put all your stuff in there. We'll even help you with set design. Shout out to my man Verselli. He'll give you a discount. We'll get your stuff in there. You guys don't have to be squatters. Squatter stuff is not cool. We'll help you out. So, I don't know why y'all are paying that much, but if y'all want to get in a deal with me and I'll rent you my studio, it would literally take you 2.5 years of non-payment to even rack up a debt of $250,000. 2.5 years. Okay? And I'll give y'all keys. Y'all can have access to the building whenever. The key card might just have to be for that day. Okay? Anyway. Fifth is saying that they have paid the debt and look like the bullying from 50, or maybe the embarrassment where we're looking at these guys like, wait, y'all broke? Has done the job. And that's where 50 always takes his micro wins. He wins. Not only no one is going to talk tough to him because it's 50 Cent. They can't talk money with him. But also, they don't want to be embarrassed by him. So whatever he might know that they didn't want no one to know, they went behind the scenes and covered up. And we heard nothing from Jim Jones, respectfully. And we heard nothing from Maino other than him saying, is Smokey in here? Does he want smoke? He's called you a loser and a bum 15 times. I think he does. But okay, cool. So it looks like the podcast lives to fight another day. They have paid $200,000. I think that came from Fab. Respectfully. Dave East, Maino, and Jim Jones, I don't think they got $200,000. I think that came from Fabulous. But it's okay. Nevertheless, the podcast lives. All right. Okay.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Now, what we've seen over the last couple days, hopefully that's a trend. There's a lot of people that have had issues that are doing grown man business behind it and handling things in a very mature way. It ain't going to get a lot of clicks. It's not going to be viral, but it's really, really good for a dying culture. And when I say dying, I mean like hip hop always will be around, but for what it stood for, what it represented, and how we walk that thing, there's nothing to stand on now. And I think people are realizing that, waking up. The 21 Savage interview, he sound like a grown man, like people just growing up. You know what I'm saying? So the people that were just born into hip hop and didn't see the beginning of it or whatever, are now starting to realize, oh, this is what the essence is. So let's hope that trend continues, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Till next time, man, it's your boy, The Answer. We out.